through Peter, Paul, and Mary kind of led me to Bob Dylan. And Bob Dylan led me to Woody Guthrie and Jimmie Rodgers. And I love Jimmie Rodgers. I heard some of his old scratchy recordings, and I just thought it was great. The song that really affected me was Waiting for a Train. And so when I had a chance to work for the United States State Department doing a cultural exchange, we went all over Southeast Asia and India, Pakistan, Nepal, Bangladesh, all into Africa, the Middle East, played all these shows, and I needed some songs that would kind of reflect where I was and as well as my background. And Waiting for a Train seemed like a no-brainer because there were trains everywhere in India. And this one particular instance, we were in a railway station in Kharagpur, and my son Tucker, who was on the road with me, had his shoe shined by this fellow there in the train station, and at the end of it, into the shoe shine, Tucker gave him 10 rupees, and the guy just didn't think that was near enough, and he refused to take it. Tucker saying, "Come on, man, that's all I got." And it really was. He opened his billfold, and poor Tucker, that's all he had to his name. So suddenly Tucker says, "Well, Dad, why don't you sing him a song for the rest of the payment?" He didn't want to sing a song, but he wanted me to sing a song. And so we're in the railway station, and I pulled out my guitar, and I said, "All around the water tank." Just about that time, a train comes in blowing its whistle, "Waiting for a train 1,000 miles from nowhere." And all these fellas with turbans and shawls and everything started crowding around, and I sing Waiting for a Train. And at the end, we do the yodelee, yodelee, yodelee. I said, "Now you do it." And these guys started yodeling. Yodelee, yodelee. And so it became sort of as a tour song. And when I would play, like when we were in the Middle East, I would do Waiting for a Train. And people could relate to that song, especially kids, because they probably rode the train to school. So we're in this one school in Oman, and I sing the song and have them yodel back. One of the parts of my show is I taught them how to yodel. And I would say, every human body has at least two voices. You got your chest voice, which sounds like this, "Hey!" And your head voice sounds like this, "Hee!" And you put them together, "Hey! Hey! Yodeling! Yodeling! Hey, 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 hey!" And I would teach them how to yodel. And the kids would love it. And we do this yodeling song, Waiting for a Train, not a where it says not a rupee did I have, not a pice did I show. Pice is the smallest amount of money, and they would love that song, but they loved to yodel, and they related to Waiting for a Train. So when I would yodel, and at the end of this one particular show, these kids came backstage, and I mean, these are Arab kids, and they're going, teach me. And I would give them the guitar and teach them a G chord. Just put that one finger there, now hit it. And immediately this kid's going, he just wanted to yodel. I mean, part of our thing was yodeling through world peace. It's impossible to invade a country and yodel at the same time. So we were yodeling and played that song, and it just always went over great. And thanks to Jimmie Rodgers for bringing it to me.
Did you learn to yodel to sing, Jimmie?
I probably grew up. I grew up yodeling, and I grew up with Buddy Holly, who did that hiccup yodel, and of course Hank Williams. I got the feeling called the blues. I just learned various things. I'm not a great yodeler, but we were talking the other day. I yodel to warm my voice up. Before I play, I'll do a lot of yodeling. It just kind of goes through the whole motion of your vocal cords, getting them stretched like that. So yodeling was big, and then the more I got into Jimmie Rodgers and heard some of his other songs, I just loved it. But he was always dear to my heart, for sure.